Welcome to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast, where world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs come to deeply awaken the power within to bring forth their greatest purpose, to create massive awakened impact for millions of souls around the planet, while enjoying being in tune with all life and real wealth in all aspects of their lives. I'm your host, Daniel John Hanneman. Okay, hello everybody. Glad to have you here. I'm here to talk about living a blissful life of manifestation. And so I'm so grateful to be sharing this with you today. I've been talking about this through our 40 days of surrendering and thriving at the Rock Your Sacred Purpose Facebook group. And so feel free to join us there if you'd like to, as this is going on right now. What is it? The very end of May. So you still have time to get into getting these bite-sized chunks of practices and wisdom that I've picked up on over the years that have served me so very well. And so today I'm going to talk about living a blissful life of manifestation. So I'm not sharing this from a place of falsehood that I'm in bliss all the time, nonstop, and everything is just a sense of perfection in every single moment from my perceptual mind, but that there is a life waiting for you that when you utilize these principles becomes increasingly amazing and blissful and profound. So I want to share some things with you today to help you with that. So when we want to manifest something in our lives, whether you're, again, like the people I'm here to speak to the most, although this applies to everyone, is those of you that are feeling like you're spiritual leaders or you're meant to make a big impact or world-changing spiritual entrepreneurs, etc. You want to make that big difference and you want to have all the life all the good life, you want all of it, right? You want to have great relationships, you want to have all the money, you want to have all the expanded energy of doing your thing in the world. You want to experience health. You want to have the best of the best, and you want to have it all. And so when we start to do things that we typically would do to get clear on what we want and then to manifest, we do vision boards. I got one right in front of me. Yes, we want to do things like vision boards. We want to maybe write down like our intentions. We want to focus on them. We want to do mantras. We want to do prayers. We want to do visualizations. We want to do all this stuff. Okay. So I talk about all those things too. But today, what I want to talk about in order to allow it to be blissful and really for the highest is to realize that as a soul, as a being, that there's an intentionality for you, even as a soul here in this world, that includes certain qualities that you're here to embody through this soul's experience. So within this lifetime, there are certain qualities you're wanting to experience, certain qualities we might say of source or God, however you want to look at it, but on the positive side of life, right? So I go with one word. We want to look at like one word qualities at this point. For an exercise I'm going to take you into. So how about the area of love or the quality of love, bliss, unity, abundance, fulfillment, harmony. I mean, there's so many. There's just, there's a huge list of different ones we could get into. Ones that I have on my list that might not be thought of right away are, I have depth on my list. That's probably the only one that I have on my list that may not be thought of, but like it could be any quality that connects you with the qualities of source that you want to embody, whatever it is. So whatever that is to come up with this list. So what you want to do is just sit down, and you can do it right now. In a moment we will. We're going to get centered and allow ourselves to know what those qualities are and then get those organized so you can prioritize your focus on the top qualities that you're here to embody. And living and embodying that energy is primary. You know, it's a primary thing. Just being present is primary. But if we were to focus our intentionality in terms of where to focus, not in terms of a thing, but in terms of an energetic, that is primary. That goes above and beyond any form, right? So that, because any form that you want, you say, no, I really want this purpose, or I really want this money, or I really want this or that. Again, I've talked to people that said they wanted millions, and after we broke it down, I said, yeah, basically what they came to the conclusion of, but I said to them, I said, well, it sounds like you want to experience freedom, peace, abundance. Those are the qualities they wanted to experience. And the truth is, most of the things we want to experience, if not everything we want to experience in it with the outward form, is a quality, one of these one-word qualities of source or God that we want to experience through it. And what we forget is that by being the vibration of what you've come here to be and to embody is what will allow you to actually be fulfilled. And you say, well, but I really want that thing. Yes, and likely, you will manifest that 10 times, 100 times easier, more joyfully and blissfully. And it will actually, it actually won't be just a thing you chased and made happen. And then it's like, oh, I guess, well, what's next, right? From a place of like, oh, I got a year. Often people get to where they want to go and they're not even fulfilled. So we don't want to create that. What we want to do instead is identify what's the feeling state. You could even look at it as a feeling state. What are those qualities of source or God, or that feeling state you want to be in when you reach the top of the mountaintop, and start living in that state now, because it's fully available now. That's why we say the heaven is here within, and it's always on, and it's always here now. So when we remember that, that is total freedom, because you could experience everything you want right now, regardless of your current conditions. Then when you're living from those qualities and you have intentionality around what you want to manifest from those qualities of energy, you're having the best of everything. It's all happening. You're delighted and joyful about all of it. So this is the blissful, living the blissful life of manifestation. So if you just take a moment with me today to center yourself, just maybe take some nice deep breaths in through your nose and up through your mouth, grounding yourself. And take another nice deep breath in through your nose, up through your crown chakra, up through our higher self, up to love, light, source energy. And as you exhale through your mouth, let this energy come back down through your chakras, down through all your chakras, down through your root chakra, down to the core of the earth. And take a couple more breaths like this on your own. And as you're dropping in now, deeper into presence with each breath, you can just allow yourself right now. I mean, you can ask for your guides to come in if you want to as you're breathing. I'll give you a moment to do that if you want to, or just call the presence in deeper. Just recognize if you have guides or light beings coming in, that they represent a frequency. And that's important just to notice their frequency and the quality of their frequency. And then just ask. Now I want you to ask and let it just arise. Let it just come through and then jot it down. What are the qualities of source or God that I'm meant to embody right now in my life? What are the qualities of source or God I'm meant to embody in my life right now? One word answers: love, bliss, freedom. Whatever you're hearing, just start to jot those down. Jot down at least 5 to 10 or more. I'll give you a moment to do that. go ahead and start wrapping it up. Just go ahead and just keep writing. Just let whatever comes through and just trust that it's correct. Okay, then just give thanks. Know that it's all perfect, whatever came through. Give thanks to your to Source and your light team and everything, and just give thanks. Allow yourself, if there's any energies going on for you, to just let all that go now, and it's all in whatever way it occurs to you, to let it go and thank it and acknowledge these energies and let it all be. And then when you're ready, you can just start to, if your eyes are closed, to open your eyes gently and come back into this moment, here and wherever you are right now. Okay. All right, great. Hopefully, if you were driving, you didn't close your eyes or actually go deeply into this process. You can do it later. You can replay this. Okay. All right, so as you're coming back now, you've got hopefully a list of some of these qualities. Again, it should be one-word qualities for this part of the exercise. And so what you'll do is you'll just, I got this sort of system from becoming a passion test facilitator in terms of the process of looking at what are your top 5 qualities or even your top 3. And what you do is you just compare items. You go through the list 3 or 5 times. You choose 3 to 5. I'd say don't make it more than 5. That's probably too many. And just compare, like, okay, love and joy was on there. What's more primary for you? Maybe it's just a little more vibrant to go with joy rather than love as a quality that speaks to you deeply. And you just pick that, and then you compare it and go down. And if there's peace, and you go joy, peace, okay? And then you go through it, 3 to 5 times, come up with your qualities, and then you just write them on an index card, and you keep those in front of you every day, and you keep them hopefully top of mind. That's why you want to keep them minimal, maybe even down to 1 at a time sometimes, because it's easier to focus on. So if love is at the top of your list, make sure you're really centered in love, and let the other ones, emerge from that, even from that 1. And so throughout the day, you're of that intention, you're of that, you're looking to embody that frequency. And then so that's the first step. This is like one first step, okay? And then if things are coming up throughout the day that are taking you out of that, just recenter yourself, that's all. And we're going to talk about it in another episode, and we're doing this as a live today, but I'm also going to have a podcast episode coming up in the near future, talking about shadows and blocks and how to integrate those into your light being. So we'll get into that another time. We'll give you just a couple of foundational things today. Then the other thing I'd like you to do is, then you do want to do basically a passion test, again, by Janet Bray and Chris Atwood. And they have, like I said, they have a book. It's called The Passion Test. And so you just look at all these major areas of your life, all areas of your life, relationships, health, money, and environment, career purpose, business, if you have a business. And you just go ahead and write down, when my life is ideal, and then write in the blank, like each thing. And as you do that, then you can utilize what's in the book, which I can tell you right now, as far as like the weighing in factor is to choose, what are your top ones? So you write out a list of 20 to start with. Okay, so that's the first thing. Come up with your list of about 20, 15 to 20, and then identify what are your top 5. And there too, you can come up with an index card like I have right here on my desk here. And then you can just keep it in front of you. And if you get the book, I'll leave this part for the book perhaps. If you get the book, it gives you more and more instructions on how to work with the passion test. Or hire somebody like, maybe me or someone else out there that does the passion test, this facilitation, to really help you to get it really optimized, that list, and to work with it, to work with the passions then. So anyway, but then you would have that. And then those are the things that you're wanting to see happen in your life. And the principle is that you just put your attention to it and relax and just let it magically come to your life by engaging it and not needing to know about the how, as you already, you've heard that a million times, is you're just blissfully and joyfully manifesting it. You're just saying yes to it again and again by focusing upon it. Now there's more I could get into, but I'm going to leave that again to other episodes. And again, you can get the Passion Test book and also maybe work with a facilitator or work with me. I'm also a facilitator, and to dive into that aspect of it. So my point is I put the qualities of Source God as something I think I came up with on my own. I don't believe anybody taught me that, so to speak, but I came up with on my own, more or less. And then I started noticing like how important that was. Like, what is the energy I'm in? Because as we're in a higher frequency, as we're more embracing all of our life, and really embracing the heaven within, that it does create more of the experience of heaven in the world. And this is how we do bring heaven to earth, is by focusing on the energies and the qualities and the intentions of our soul that are within us, and letting everything else start to resolve itself and evolve itself, and to raise in frequency and vibration and celebration of everything, knowing there will always be perhaps, at least, in the foreseeable future, there are going to be contractions and stuff, because it's part of the nature of life. There's going to be contractions. There's going to be a sense of negativity. There's going to be a sense of light and dark. And we're meant to embrace all of it. And when we embrace all of it, we can deepen into the depth of the bliss and the qualities of energy we want to experience, and all the specifics as well. But yet realizing it's about experiencing the vibrancy, the presence within, and the specific qualities, especially, that you want to experience. Because by focusing on those two, I want to tell you, to those that are a little bit more advanced maybe, but like, will actually help support you dropping in perhaps even deeper into enlightened presence itself, where there's not even a sense of as much of like, well, I'm going after bliss, or I'm going after, I'm wanting this or wanting that. But like, it just, everything is, and everything's amazing. Everything's just perfect. Just everything just is as it is, the true enlightened presence. So by focusing on these intentionalities, it can strongly support you on a personal level and in your spiritual evolution towards what people call enlightenment, right? Just that's the label they give it. So grateful to share with you today. And then, from there, the only thing that can disconnect you, and we can get more in depth with it at some point, are your false beliefs and concepts. But those tend to go away as you just focus on this, if you just focus on what you want. But if those things you feel these contracted energies, we need to explore those energies, those shadows, do various clearing techniques, which most of you listening would already know how to clear certain things. It's doing the work that matters. And I'll share some of my stuff along the way. But identify those false beliefs, do your process on them, keep clearing them, and keep focusing on what you're wanting to embody into experiencing. Okay, it's that simple. Boy, life can be so easy when we let it be. Okay, all right, everybody. So glad to share with you today, and I wish you an amazing, amazing day and week ahead. And I look forward to being back. And here at the podcast show that this is going to be going to, you just keep on tuning in. We'll keep on rocking it here at Spiritual Podcast, the Spiritual Rockstar Podcast Show. Okay. All right. Goodbye, everybody. Big love. You're listening to Spiritual Rockstar Podcast. Stay tuned for our next upcoming new episodes each Wednesday and Saturday. Please be sure to subscribe, rate, and review to help us to serve you best. As a reminder, you can get your free Meditate and Make Money meditation at www.yoursacredpurpose.com to rock your sacred purpose. Goodbye for now, everybody.